Hi, my name's Dylan, and in this short video I'm going to show you how I went from being a broke college student to making over $18,000 a week. No, I'm not a drug dealer or a corrupt politician. Instead, I've developed a software that lets me bring in money consistently, easily, and effortlessly. If it wasn't for this discovery, I would have been a 9-to-5er, working a job I hate and living in a house I can't afford. But fate had something else in store for me. Thanks to my discovery, I only work about 2 to 3 hours a day. My Audi R8 and my Manhattan penthouse are the envy of all my friends. I spend most of my time just enjoying life in the Big Apple. When I do work, I work from home. All in all, life is pretty great, and I'm about to show some of you how you can achieve the same. If you've ever wanted to make money online, if you hate working a 9-to-5 job, if you just need a financial boost to improve your situation, then you're going to want to watch this presentation closely. In just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how I achieved my current lifestyle and how you can replicate it to enjoy success and financial freedom yourself.
$6,117 in earnings in one day just by using your system, Dylan? This is absolutely incredible. This is a life changer for me and my family. Thank you, Dylan, with all my heart.
Dear Dylan, you have changed my life. Ever since I downloaded your program, it has not stopped making money for me. So far, in the past 48 hours, I've made $9,268, and I don't even know what to do with this amount of money.
First though, let me tell you a little bit about myself so you can understand where I'm coming from and why I decided to share this system for free. Let's rewind to the early 80s. When I was 11 years old, I was fortunate enough to be adopted by Julia and Martin, two social workers who spent all their time taking care of me and other people in need. My adoptive parents were the salt of the earth, the kind of people who'd give their coat to a stranger. They also raised me to value education. I was the kind of teenager who always got straight A's, loved computers, and hated socializing. In other words, a full-fledged geek. When I was 16, I programmed my first computer program, which opened up the door for me to get a scholarship to MIT. I knew this was a big opportunity, but even with a scholarship, money would be tight. I had to find a strong, solid source of income. I knew it couldn't be a normal job. I hated dealing with people. It had to be something that played to my strengths. I started looking into different things: stocks, bonds, poker, anything involving numbers. Eventually I settled on day trading. I taught myself how to read the charts, follow the trends, and learn the different strategies. It was fun and modestly profitable. But most importantly, I discovered that trading seemed to get my juices flowing, almost as much as computer programming did. So I decided to see if I could optimize my trading by creating software based on an algorithm that would signal winning trades dozens of times a day. In other words, a software that would let me trade almost on autopilot. If this software was successful, it would let me make a full-time income working online a few hours a day. There was just one catch. In order to do this, I'd need to drop out of MIT and focus on the project full-time. It was the biggest risk I'd ever taken in my life up to that point. So I asked the man I trusted most, Martin, for advice. He told me that if it was my passion, I should go for it. He even offered to let me move back home while I was working on my system. I got to work. I spent months in my basement writing thousands of lines of code to create the ultimate trading software. It took a lot of hard work, but after a few months, I had a prototype that was ready to go. I tested my software. The first day, I made $500. Within a few months, I was making several $1,000s a week. It was so easy. All I did was follow the instructions my own software gave me. One thing was for sure, I wasn't prepared to share this system with anybody. I had found my own personal gold mine, a system that calculates the best positions at any given moment based on a unique algorithm. I had graduated from being a broke MIT student to trading kingpin, and I wasn't about to let anybody else have a slice of the action. I kept going like this for a few years. Selfish, cocky, arrogant, the prototypical rich nerd. But a few years later, something happened. My adoptive father, Martin, suffered from a heart attack and passed away. I was devastated. I was so torn up I didn't trade for a full 2 weeks afterwards. I spent the entire time reflecting on Martin's life. I thought about how generous he'd been with me, even though he had barely any money. I thought about how for most of my life, I hadn't been half as generous and humble as my father had been. I wanted to do something to honor his memory, to pass on the generosity he'd shown to me and to others. That's why, for a very limited time, I am giving away 500 copies of my system, Algo Trading Pro. It's a fact that trading systems that are too popular stop working very fast. I can't have that happen to mine. So if you are a part of the first 500 viewers of this video message, you can get my system 100% free as a tribute to a great man who did great things. The minute I reach 500 members, this offer will be closed for good. If you are looking for a financial change or an alternative to your everyday job, then you are probably feeling very lucky now, and lucky you are, because you do not have to spend even 1 cent to access it. The way this works is simple. Enter your name and email address in the form below, and you will be directed to my members page where I'll get you started. The time to take advantage of this offer is limited, so act now, and I'll see you on the other side.